If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that there is one modification in particular that I have been wanting to do to my Audi S3 for, well, pretty much since the day I bought it over 3.5, almost 4 years ago, and that is an open air intake, upgraded air intake to get some more turbo noise, but also some more power. So in today's video, thanks to integrated engineering, we have a brand new intake for this car, which is not only going to increase turbo sound and just driving experience, make it a whole lot more fun with the fun noises, but it's also going to give us some power increases as well. More on that later, but for now, let's show you all what comes in the kit. This video, of course, is sponsored by Integrated Engineering. They make some fantastic high quality parts for all Volkswagen, Audi, and some Porsche models. So check them out if you're looking for any performance parts, because this stuff, when I say it's high quality, I really mean it. I've heard and seen tons of rave reviews on their parts, and it's an honor to be partnering with them. Real quick, our stock airbox, of course, is right here. Then you have your intake tube, goes down to the turbo. Down there on the turbo, we did a turbo muffler delete in a recent video. I'll link that up in the top corner if you want to check it out. But if you're looking for anything integrated engineering-wise, you can click the link at the top of the description and use my special code and link to browse the site. In addition to just the filter, you have this nice new under tray, and we also have a cover that goes over the intake. So coming back here, this is kind of the start of the intake, is this piece right here, and it funnels into the airbox. So we'll be replacing all of that as well. Then we have a host of silicone and metal pipes, some miscellaneous fasteners and hardware. There is a coolant line that we have to replace. Then we have our little shroud for the filter. And again, just miscellaneous little bits and bobs to get this job done. To get started, we need to remove this intake piece right here, as well as our airbox and the inlet tube. I'll start by unhooking this coolant line. In addition to the turbo sound, like I mentioned, there are some other benefits to this kit. According to Integrated Engineering, you can actually see upwards of 15 wheel horsepower and 13 torque, foot-pounds of torque gain from this modification. You're talking about 67% more airflow over stock. So my car does not currently have a tune on it, but especially if you pair this modification with a tune, you're really going to see some serious benefits. The piping is also 3.5 inches in diameter, which is bigger than the factory intake we're removing. And it has a 5-inch filter, which is just ginormous, as you saw. So this is CARB compliant in all 50 states as well, so no need to worry about that. With this out of the way, I'm going to kind of slide this stock intake out a little bit. And it's just kind of loose for now because this airbox is kind of in the way. So there's this little line right here I need to pull off. You don't want to forget about that guy. And then this will just pop off like that. And the airbox is actually just held on by 2 big rubber grommets. So there's one grommet here, there's one grommet back there. You just kind of got to get under here and pull at it. And now we've got the freedom we need to kind of wiggle this out. And this air intake box as well. Beautiful. With the airbox out, you can see we have this coolant line is just kind of in the way here of where our new intake is going to go. So as part of the kit, you get a new coolant line that'll route a little bit differently, as you'll see. But this is where I want to talk about the attention to detail to this kit. Of course, generally, if we're going to pull this off, we're going to lose coolant everywhere and kind of make a mess on the engine bay, which is unfortunate. So Integrated Engineering actually includes 2 little plugs. These are just cheap little plugs, but it's just a good little thought in their kit that they know you got to remove this. So I haven't really seen manufacturers include things like this when I've done jobs like this in the past. So I think it's really cool that they did that. So we're just going to pull off these lines very quickly and try to do what we can to avoid losing any coolant and just plug it in the interim. I'll start by popping this off because it'll give me a little better access to this hose clamp, and ignore how dusty my engine is under there. Well, that came off all at once and made a big mess. So that was a big failure. It was really stuck for a while and then it just came off, so we're going to take a pause to clean this up. I can promise you I definitely did not just spend 30 minutes cleaning up coolant, but we got both of them plugged off. We got coolant cleaned up the best we can. So here's our new coolant line. You can see this routes just a little bit differently, kind of like so. One thing to note is per their installation guide on this clamp right here, the one that's going to go closer to the radiator, they want it oriented like this. So I'm being cognizant to install it like that. Since this plug is pointing up, I'm going to start on this side, because if I plug in this side first, coolant's just going to come to this hose and then create a new mess. So now this is where we need to get some redemption for the first time around. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, it looks like the little coolant that was in that line all came out, so that was thankfully anticlimactic and crisis avoided. There's our first new part installed. Let's tighten these down. Next, we can begin assembling the actual pieces of the intake before we install it in the car. So this is the lower shield, the bumper is right here, and then this of course is where the filter screws into. So we have two new grommets here. These just kind of slide in very easily. And there are 4 bolts that hold these two pieces together, just like this. So you can see these are oval shaped because of course we might need to do a little bit of adjustment once it's in the car. So the kit has some supplied bolts and washers. I'm going to just do these finger tight for now. So this piece needs to slide under our heat shield like so. And you can see again why this coolant line is needed, because it's sitting under this heat shield. And we can press these 2 grommets into place. Now over here, there is another 4mm hex that we're going to install with a washer. I'll just hand tighten these up now. Now for our first intake piece, slide that onto the factory turbo inlet just like that. You get 2 different variants of the silicone hose. One of them is if you have the integrated engineering upgraded turbo elbow down here, which is shaped a bit different than the factory one for more flow. I just have the factory one, so I'm using the one that's made for the factory pipe, but it's nice that they give you 2. One other thing I want to point out is the inside of this tube actually has a lip on it, so that way you don't push the metal pipe we're about to put in too far, so you can make sure everything fits nicely. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and install that next. I spoke too quick actually. This elbow is what I'm going to install next, so it kind of sits in the car like this. You'll notice there's a couple other holes here. This one I have a barb with the kit that will plug into the factory line right here, and I just have a plug for this that'll plug right into this hole. So we're gonna do those couple of things and we'll install our metal pipe along with that. There's also a hose clamp included for this plug, so I'm just gonna tighten this down real quick just to be safe. I stand corrected, I'm actually gonna install this like this, so that way this isn't pointing straight up. It'll just look a little better and also make it a little bit easier to plug in our little vacuum line right here. And just good attention to detail, I'm putting all my hose clamps facing the same direction. I'm going to tighten them down all at the same angle. Next is our metal pipe. Actually, it looks like it's easier to do that with the elbow off of the air filter housing. Next is our 5-inch filter. Just for fun, I'm going to make sure that IE logo is pointed up. So this next step is optional. There are 3 different options you can go with to finish off this intake. Number 1 is essentially leave it as is. In that case, you can install some nice weather stripping / sealant along here to prevent sucking in any hot air from the engine. Number 2 is you can get a carbon fiber lid for this intake. It looks amazing. I decided to not go with this just because my car is not very modified. I think it would be a little bit too showy for kind of what I'm going for. And so I opted for option number 3, which is just a lid that is polymer. So it just fits over just like this. We've got to first remove this though. You can see we got a nice performance by integrated engineering written in there. And we're going to replace that with this one, which has a badge in the exact same place. So we just need to do a little bit of Tetris with this to get it to slide where it needs to be. So there's a bunch of different mounting points along the back here. There's one right here, and then there's 2 on the by the air filter. They give you a variety of different hex bolts. So let's get those installed. Only one of these is a large hex bolt, and it goes into the part right here. So I'm just going to do all these finger loose for now in a similar fashion as before. Honestly, that took quite a while to get this all lined up. There's just so much adjustment and things you can do. I also, telling you guys this in confidence, may or may not have dropped one of these little bolts down into the abyss. And when I tried to get it, it fell down further. Couldn't find it. So we are missing one of these on install. That's okay. It's still, I mean, it's got 7 bolts holding it in, so it's more than good enough. Let's put our plastic engine cover back on. I definitely lost a little bit of coolant, so before we start the car, I'm going to top that off. And then let's start it up, see how it sounds, and we'll do a bit of a comparison before and after. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Let's roll that comparison and take this thing for a drive. This intake is exactly what I hoped it would be. It gives you all the fun turbo noises, as you could probably hear. I'll unplug the microphone and put the windows down, just that way you guys can kind of hear this a little better, but it doesn't even take much throttle or much boost to really make some noise. Hoping the camera picks that up, but we can go a little more throttle. Yeah, that's awesome. I've put about 100 miles on this intake so far, just because I couldn't film this outro and everything yesterday by the time I'd finished the job. And so I just wanted to drive the car to kind of get my first impressions off camera, and I am blown away by it. I think it's a very high quality part, of course, but the sound, I think you get some better throttle response. I think you can feel a little bit more power. It might just kind of be a placebo effect, but especially when this is paired with the tune, that's where you can really see that 15 additional wheel horsepower and 13 additional wheel torque gains, as well as that 67% more flow over stock. So that is pretty impressive, or those are pretty impressive numbers. But once again, big thank you to Integrated Engineering for sponsoring this video. If you guys need any parts for your Volkswagen, Audi, or Porsche, check them out. They have tons of stuff available. Totally transforms how it kind of sounds and how you experience the car when you drive it, because it takes almost no throttle to hear the noise or hear the turbo noise, and you could not even be in boost and let off the throttle and you'll hear the whoosh. I'm not usually one to put a ton of decals or stickers on my cars, but I did also install an IE rear badge. They sell this little badge that looks like a factory badge, and I put it opposite of the S3 badge on the rear hatch. Let me know your thoughts of that, because I think it looks awesome. It looks kind of OEM plus, which, as you all know, is one of my favorite kind of things to do. That's all for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.